I'm actually not even going to ask why the two teams should work together because you've literally dived into that. You've delved into that. And I'll give my other people out there an example. There's a company I was working for one time, and sales and marketing were even in different blocks. Like, we don't know the salespeople, they don't know us.
Yeah.
But one time someone comes and they're like, hey, we need brochures. Bring brochures. I'm like, okay, fine, let me bring brochures. I bring brochures, I give them to these people. I did not know that we were going to Gulu. This is where they're going to market a product.
Right.
We printed the brochures in Uganda because the template we had was for Kampala, was for the central region.
Absolutely.
So these guys go all the way to Gulu
Absolutely.
with brochures in a language these people do not even understand.
100%.
What happened? We both got
fireworks.
we literally, personally, I got fired.
Fireworks.
Because that boss will see and say, but I fired that, I got fired.
Yeah.
And
so
well,
sad.
as much as I might say it wasn't my fault, I really failed to communicate with my sales team.
Yeah.
The second example is this sales team comes and they're like, you know what, we're going to Acacia Mall. We're going to sell this product around Acacia Mall. And this was a very cheap product. Like, people go to Acacia because they want to experience a bit of luxury. These guys are talking about going to sell a very cheap product, and they're like, you know what, as marketing, we need a billboard just there next to City Oil. And at that point in time, it did not make sense to us. It did not make, I'd been fired before, I wasn't about to do the same mistake.
Yeah.
So I tell these guys, you know what, let me get a billboard in Chiseka. Let's take this product to Chiseka. I put up the billboard a week before you guys even go. So that by the time you guys go, people have been looking at that billboard, they know the product. I've also targeted my Facebook ads towards that.
100%. You've geofenced, yeah.
So at the end, when they were getting their commissions, when the sales guys were getting their commissions, guess what? They didn't give me any. They didn't even share.
Budget.
They didn't even share. They said, well,
thank you.
Yeah. So I have a speaker. I wanted to go into how we can actually advise brands to put some cohesion between sales and marketing teams. Because as I was doing some research, I found out now, like Rolls-Royce, brands like Rolls-Royce, they have never separated their marketing and sales teams. They are literally together. If it's a marketer on this desk, the next one is a salesperson, then a marketer, then a salesperson. But just before we dive into that, because oh my God, we're running out of time. Joanne, please, if you have a question or if you have a comment with regards to what we've already talked about, please unmute and share what you have to share. I guess she's still saying. So, John, how can you advise brands out there, brands that are listening in, brands that are going to watch this later on YouTube? How can you advise them to put some cohesion between the sales and marketing teams? Is it even possible?
Yeah. Thanks, Faizo. I think I'll just put a disclaimer out there already that it probably is. It is very possible, but it probably won't be that easy. But of course, we have to start. And there are certain very simple ways that we can foster this cross-functional integration. And of course, one of the quick ones is call up Datamine and get registered for this fantastic this fantastic platform. So, genuinely, because what people are learning from level 3 up to level 6 is not just about marketing. You're learning cross-functionally. You do digital corporate communication. You're dealing with corporate reputation. You're dealing with cross-functional integration. All those modules sort of speak to that. But maybe from a more practical place, what can we do to, yes, it's expensive. It will probably take time. But, I'll probably just share, in the interest of time, of course, we'll just share about 3 or 4 very low-hanging fruit approaches that can help you to sort of create synergy or a form of synergy between these two, having regular meetings with the teams. And you are right. Many of the leading organizations or businesses have mastered that element of having these two departments work together. Now, let me tell you what that is, Faizo. What that is, because it is difficult, because it is not easy to imitate, that creates absolute competitive advantage. The best teams, and this is my personal opinion, I believe that the best companies in sales and marketing are those that have good execution. I'm telling you, you can have the best strategy, but if you fail on execution, because which are the departments, which two departments are responsible for going to market? It is marketing and sales. So if those two core departments are not talking to each other regularly, and I'm not saying you need to sit down because it's not going to happen. These guys are, like I told you, they're busy, they have targets. It's not going to happen every week. But businesses must come up with opportunities for these two departments to work together. If it means sitting in the same department like Rolls-Royce, on the same floor, like even at MTN, we are in sync. We are together on the same floor. You hate me, you love me. I'm there. I'm in your face. I have to greet you in the morning. But what that does is that eventually we get to understand how the salespeople think and how they act. And then the salespeople also get to understand how we think and what we are doing. It's about understanding, because they never really know what the marketers are doing. The marketers never know what the salespeople are doing. And if the results are good, everybody shies away. When the results are bad, it really, really becomes a blame game. Two, and a very low-hanging fruit. Having, like you said, you worked at a certain department organization where this marketing was, didn't know where the sales guys were. In organizations like that, that are structured like that, it's always advisable to have a person from marketing probably sit with in the sales department. And what this person does is that they play a role of liaison. It really helps feedback, because those sales guys are probably never going to step on your floor. But if you have a marketing person there, they are going to have a quick point of reference. They are going to share feedback. So when that salesperson, of course, has to be very hard-hearted, because they're going to be blasting the guy day in, day out. But what's most important is that they're picking customer-facing feedback that marketing sometimes gets through commissioned research. But these guys are with the customers every day. They are prospecting, they're talking to the customers, they understand their pain points, and that feedback is captured almost in real time. And so that sharing of experiences is very, very important. And senior managers must create that. It has to be a deliberate effort. It just can't happen, just like that. And then maybe lastly, unpacking the what we call that sales funnel. There are so many people that think the sales funnel is morphing and changing, but let me just assume the traditional sales funnel. So usually, like I told you, marketing does most of the pre-engagement. That's why I think you were talking about sales guys down in the funnel saying that, man, the leads that you're bringing through are just hopeless. These are guys who they are not translating. Yes, it's not converting. So the issue is, can we streamline? Can we understand? When you said top funnel that marketers are, working on, what are they doing exactly? Can the salespeople understand? And then what is this salesperson down at the bottom of the funnel doing exactly? And you will be shocked that because people don't sit down, these two departments never sit down on a table to understand what each one is doing in this funnel, in this process. Like we said, we are all doing the same thing, but we just don't know what each one is doing. So that misalignment creates a lot of suspicion, creates a lot of unappreciation, and somehow everybody, the customers figure themselves out eventually, somehow, which is most unfortunate.
So we are down to the last 10 minutes of this episode. So for those that have just joined in, I'm seeing Kaiwa, Odon, Sata, Silva, all of you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Martin, Kasana, Aida, you've been there the whole time. We also have Uganda Marketer Society tuned in. I'm saying John has just joined, probably because you did not mention that salespeople are getting primary data. That is called primary data.
That's true.
But anyway, as we wind up, this is just a reminder. This is the Marketing and Datamine space. It happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. If you want to check out our past episodes, that's on our YouTube page, Marketing and Datamine. Joan, I'm saying you've just joined. Oh, Joan, you've also been online. Thank you so much. Okay, in the last 10 minutes, you've talked about how sales has changed, marketing has changed as well. I just want you to share some practicalities, like what do you mean by this? Of course, I know the report system has changed, but what practical ways has the sales teams changed, or sales in general? And as for marketing as well, of course, we know now there's social media, there's AI, there's PR.
Yeah.
It's immense, but what practical changes have happened in the two sectors?
Okay. Thanks, Faisal. So very, very quickly, like I said, for sales, the customer is changing. We need to, people are avoiding sales representatives. They are looking for friends who can, solve people's problems. So what salespeople should be selling more are benefits than products. Two, we talked about persona. I like that you talked about your sales persona. I hope it's likable. It's a likable persona. But like I said, people are looking for friends. And I think this is where, that thought leadership strategy usually that is employed by, marketers, really pans out, because what customers are really looking for are people who are willing to share knowledge and information. And then what that does is that then I get to trust you. It is not about your product anymore. It is because I have this relationship. I know that Faisal has my back. He's my guy. Man, whatever he comes to tell me is on point, So can we salespeople become that for our, it's not about this is the keyboard, this is the phone, man, this is your phone, the price, pay slowly, it's not about that. It is, are you listening? And then of course, listening, we talked about listening, and of course, leveraging. Many salespeople shy away from tools like, digital tools and all the other tools that would help for them if they don't meet you on at my, place of work. I do receive very many calls every day, in excess of 80, I would say, a day. And what people are looking for is, hi JP, can we have this fantastic, just give me 5 minutes of your time, and so I keep thinking that, that's not possible. You cannot if you're to meet everybody, 5 minutes, you're never going to do anything. So the point here is, when you're selling, it's no longer about, I want to tell you about this fantastic product I have, man, you like it. It's not that. And most likely people are going to be like, nah, so, leverage, technology, understand, like sometimes there are people who are online. Before you go even to talk to somebody, you want to find out who is this person who, again, leveraging data. For marketers, like we said, it's also changing, and it's not a smooth sail for marketers. In fact, our burden as marketers is even heavier now. And that's why it's important to understand these principles through a program like the Chartered Institute of Marketing that helps you to understand. I'll just talk about 3. There are many, but I'll talk about 3. 1, internal marketing. The ball game is changing. It is no longer about customers. In fact, it's about people, your staff, your employees. And for marketers, it means that we have to market to our people a lot more and build cultures that can create sustainable advantage. You cannot claim to be innovative when you don't have a supportive culture in an organization that supports, like for example, you make a mistake, fired, like what happened to you, Faisal. In other learning organizations, because they have cultures, they even reward you because the company has now learned, Others, in very many places here, you make a mistake. So people would rather just lay back. They'd be like, I don't know, let's just play safe. Let's just do the normal things. Where does that put your innovation as a value? Most companies have values. They hang at the reception, innovation, what? But the culture, not there. Understanding customers for marketers has become key. We have to go beyond the geographical segmentation. The guys stay in Alia, Namugongo, they are there. Those are our customer base. It has to go beyond demographics. They are 18 to 20. All that stuff is good, but we need to intimately understand our customers. It is, what do they like? What do they value? Yeezy, £5 billion company, simply positioned his ridiculous rugs that, not ridiculous, Jesus. This is it's a public thing, eh? Yeah. So, listen, Yeezy and his fantastic, the Yeezy brand, that apparel company, they wear literally like rugs and stuff like that. All that is positioned and, segmented based on psychographics. Young people are rebellious. They don't want to wear straight. Give them rugs and they're going to love that. They want so anything that is conventional is not going to appeal to them. So they understood the sentiment and leveraged that. Then lastly, and I promise this is the last, ROI, marketers. The reason why we are not really appealing to not just the sales guys, but probably even to the finance guys, is because we are very shy to talk about, to talk the language of business, which is really finances, which is measurement, which is new numbers. We are still celebrating 10K parties. There are some brands that throw my parties back in the day before COVID. I'm yet to see one. We have reached 10K followers. Pate, is it about 10K followers? Is it about engagement? How are they constructively being engaged? What is the real conversation around digital ROI? You could be an influencer. I know, Faisal, you're probably one of the best. And you know that sometimes it's not just about numbers. It is how well are you engaging your base? How well are you getting them to have conversations around your product, about the services that you're influencing? And that conversation, unfortunately, we are very, very shy to have. Yeah.
I'll take that as your parting shot, but it was really amazing. I love the fact that we are on the same page. So marketing still wins. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm seeing Peter, I'm seeing Morunji, Collins, Mobiru. Guys, this space happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. But just in case you want to watch all the other episodes you've missed in the past, you can go to our YouTube page, and that's Marketing and Datamine. About a couple of videos there, they will help you in your marketing sales journey. I'm not going to say much because I'm seeing John wants to say something. Oh, he has gone off. But it's 7 p.m. and I don't want to keep people here. This has been amazing. For those who are tuned in late, I'll be uploading this episode by Monday. It will be up on our YouTube channel. And if you just want the short 2-minute clips, those will be on our Twitter page. Just follow our page and keep up to date. My name is Faisal Piper, and this is the Datamine and Marketing space. Thanks to Datamine. Datamine is an accredited CIM study center. So if you feel like you want to take your marketing career to the next level, that's the place to go. Thank you so much, and that will be all. Until next Thursday.